ओ मणिपद्म ओ मणिपद्म
This is Mel Pine with episode 41 of the From the Pure Land podcast, a sound teaching from Google Gemini. It explains the ego as understood in Vajrayana Buddhism. My morning email contained an announcement from Google about improvements in its Gemini AI engine. I tried it out with two requests. One was an image I've requested from various graphic AI services, a ruby red hill with a winding path up it, a tree and a person at the top, and a blue sky with wispy white clouds. And second, an explanation of the ego from a Vajrayana Buddhist perspective. In my blog post on Substack, you can see the image that Gemini generated in a few seconds. It's similar to what I've gotten from other AI engines, but Gemini had a thought, I guess you'd call it, to make the person at the top of the hill a woman with a flowing white gown. A nice touch. And Gemini made the woman a little more prominent. Again, you can see this if you want to go to my Substack website at melpine.substack.com. The result of the second test was even better. There's some solid teaching here. Here's the quotation from Gemini. In Vajrayana Buddhism, the concept of ego is understood differently than in Western psychology. It's not seen as a healthy, functional part of the psyche that needs to be strengthened, but rather as an illusory sense of a separate, inherently existing self that is the root of suffering. Here's a breakdown of the Vajrayana understanding of ego. Self-grasping ignorance, or self-clinging. This is the primary Buddhist understanding of ego. It's the fundamental ignorance that misconstrues the nature of reality, believing in a solid, independent self, or I, when in fact all phenomena, including the self, are empty of inherent existence. This self-grasping is the root cause of cyclic existence, samsara, and suffering. Self-centeredness. While related to ego-grasping, self-centeredness is the attitude that prioritizes one's own happiness above all others. It fuels disturbing emotions and prevents the development of impartial love, compassion, and bodhicitta, the altruistic aspiration to achieve enlightenment for the benefit of all beings. Conventional versus false me. Vajrayana acknowledges a conventional me, the functional self that sits, eats, and meditates. This conventional self exists as an imputation based on the continuous, ever-changing movements of experience. However, the false me is the belief in a truly existent, findable, concrete self, which is the object of self-grasping. The five skandhas. In Buddhist psychology, the ego, or self, is often understood as a collection of mental and physical aggregates. The five skandhas: form, feeling, perception, mental formations, and consciousness. There is no permanent, independent self residing within or apart from these constantly changing elements. Vajra pride. This is a unique and important concept in Vajrayana. Unlike ordinary pride, which is based on insecurity and a desire to prove oneself, Vajra pride, or primordial self-esteem, is rooted in the recognition of one's inherent Buddha nature. It's unshakable confidence, wisdom, and compassion that arises from realizing the true nature of reality and one's non-duality with enlightened beings. Practitioners cultivate this by visualizing themselves as deities, embodying enlightened qualities to transform their perception of reality. Transformation, not annihilation. While the illusory ego, born from self-grasping, needs to be dissolved, Vajrayana does not advocate for the annihilation of healthy psychological functioning. Instead, it aims for a transformation of energy. The very energies that fuel desires and fears are transmuted into fuel for awakening through precise methods like visualization, mantra recitation, and yogic techniques. That's the end of the quote from Gemini. So, I asked Gemini for another image, and at my request, it generated an image of a lay Buddhist practitioner with head bowed, palms joined before his chest, bowing to the Gemini twins. Finally, my book, The New Middle Way, is now available on Amazon in Kindle, paperback, and hardback editions, and I'm working on the narration for the Audible version. Tomorrow, Sunday, June 1st, at 1 p.m. East Coast U.S. time, 1 p.m. New York time, I'll be hosting a Zoom celebration for the book's release. It won't be a party. It will be 90 minutes of meditation, prayer, talks to heal the world. I hope you can join us. Registration is required, and you can find a link to register on my author website, melpinehub, melpinehub.com, or by pulling up this blog post on Substack at melpine.substack.com. May you be well and happy.